What's going on, guys? Bo with the Doghouse Outdoors back at again. Today we're going to do a little different video. We're in the dog shop today, and I was going to kind of take you through what I do on a day-to-day basis as far as cutting. And I got a little schnauzer here, and some dogs are super good about sitting still and all that stuff, and this is going to be a real good one. So I'm going to kind of take you through what I do and how I do it and all that stuff. And alright, guys, usually a schnauzer just gets cut on its main back, and then it leaves like a little skirt, if you will, and its legs long. This woman, she wants the whole dog shaved, and then its nails done, its feet done, its belly and all that stuff, and then just a little bit left on its eyes. But anyway, we're gonna dog clippers. Basically, the clipper is the same as a human, but the blades are sized different. Anyway, the the numbers will go like a 7 is super short, then it'll go to a 5, which is longer, then it'll go to a 3, which is longer, and then your trimming blades are like a 40, and that's the smallest, a 10, which is, you know, a little bit longer, and then like, you know, there's different ones like specialty blades, but that's the main ones I use. So, but anyway, you just kind of start on their back and get all their back done. And I've already started a little bit. You know, your dogs are what makes it easy or what makes it hard. Because that's, you know, the cooperation that you get out of them is how quick you're going to go, or let's see if I can get where you can see how it's, and you always go with, you know, you go from the front to the back, because if I was to go this way, then it's going to cut it a size shorter than what my actual clipper is. So that's always you know, if you're doing it yourself or something like that. Now, sometimes, you know, if I was to be wanting to do a little bit shorter in a spot or something like that, I would go backwards, or back drag it is what I always call it. But usually when they're cutting, you know, you're cutting one down like this, it goes pretty quick. Like I said, just depending on the dog. And trust me, I get some that are wilder than Comanches. But as you can see, you know, it goes. When I first started out, I'll tell you a little quick story, and then I'll move on to something else. But when I first started out, I remember the first day, actually, because I first started out working with my mom. She's the one that got me into it. She had done it for probably 8 years or better, and she's always after me to do it, and I was like, nah. And you know, you don't never want to listen to something that actually, especially when it's coming from your parents. So anyway, she got me started into it, and yeah, you're alright. See ya. Some dogs don't like their feet being messed with, or their toenails cut, or whatever. And I was just holding that dog's hand there, as you've seen. Alright, guys, let me I'm gonna get this get her body finished up, and then I'll show you how we do the face and do the nails and all that stuff. So I'll be right back. Alright, now for their underbelly, we use a 10, and all we do is just lift them up, and then just get all the loose stuff like in there. Now you gotta watch about the areas right through here and their bends and stuff. You have to just be careful when you're running the clippers over them, because that little piece of meat right there could go between the clippers, and it will end up cutting. And then we move on to the face. Now for the face, we'll do a 40, and what I'll do is take and then put their hair back on their eyes, and then take the 40. No, still. It's got a lot of buildup on her eyes. So you gotta kind of, if your dog gets the buildup underneath their eyes like that, kind of keep it cleaned out the best you can, because like I said, it'll get a sore underneath it, and then it's pretty painful for the dog of trying to get it out and get it all cleaned up. But see, you can see how he's top of his nose. See where that big old place, big old build up made that place there. That'll fix up after we get her in the bath and get it washed and cleaned up. Now what to do is we do her feet. Now she might give me some trouble because there ain't no dogs like their feet messed with. And then the woman even told me that she didn't like her feet being bothered much. But we take the 40, go down in between the foot pads, and get all that out of there. That way they can walk. And then I'll take my small fingernail clips and just go over her fingernails. Alright, now this woman wants this little part right here in the front left. So what I'll have to do is I had to comb it down, and then I'll just go behind it, which after I get them out of the bath. Now the secret to any kind of cut is the bath. You can't really just cut a dog and expect it to kind of look like anything, because once you get a dog in the bathtub and get it washed and get all that dog's oils and skin stuff and whatever they've gotten into or whatever off their body, and get their coat and stuff all good and soft, it's going to give you a complete and totally different cut. This is the hardest part I had trouble learning, was where to actually do the starting and stopping of different places. Alright, then after you get all the hair out, I got a cleaner, a Pro Ear ear cleaner. I just get some squirted down in there and work it around a little bit. Then I take just some Q-tips and see all that stuff that comes out. Because if a dog has got like a real strong nasty smell, sometimes if their ears is dirty, that'll kind of be what makes that smell real strong, is their ears. Alright guys, as you can see, we're in the bathtub now. I just got a big tub that's elevated off the ground, that way I don't have to bend over, and then I got a big long spray nozzle, and we just stick them in, we get them wet, you know, give them a good bath. I got a bunch of different kinds of shampoos. I'm going to use the medicated oatmeal from Tropiclean Oxymed. It's a super good shampoo, so if your dog's itching or scratching or anything like that, that would work perfect for it. But yeah, basically a bath is, we'll just kind of go over it real good. Sometimes I give them a bath. Sometimes they give me a bath. And then I always have it's a face wash. That way, because I have a few dogs that actually have, it's a Tropiclean face wash, because I have a few dogs that if you take the actual shampoo and get it in their eyes, then they have, you know, their eyes are watered, and then I don't know if they're allergic, or it's kind of like getting soap and you know, soap in your eyes. They have to be flushed out with Visine. I was trying to think of what the word was. Alright guys, let me get her finished up here. Alright guys, we got her out of the shower bath, and I went ahead and dried her, and I went ahead and took my 7 and just went over her body. Got all the wild hairs and stuff, because after you get them out of the bath and dry them, then you can kind of see what you missed, what you need to go over, and that way get her cut finished, and that'll be all that you do on her body. And then I always I'll take their feet and get them brushed out real good, straight, and then just round them up with my scissors. And then what I always do is comb their foot pad back, and see how that extra hair fluffed up. I just take my scissors right over the top, trim just a little off. You don't want to get real close with that, because you want your foot to have just a little. See how it's got a little bit of puffiness. You don't want it to be too puffy, but you don't want it. You know, you want a little bit of puff left portion trimmed here. Now, what you do over the eyes is you always comb it all the way forward first, and then take your scissors, and just go all the way around. And actually, I'm going to go a little bit closer, that way she can see how it's looking. How I'm going to do that, I'll just comb it up like this. And just go right over the top of it. Now the ears, you take, this is pretty, you got to be pretty precise. Just use the tips, but you got to get all that hair that's hanging over the edges all trimmed down to where it's nice and neat. If you don't use the edges, you could cut their ears if you're not careful. Just like that. And then we'll do a little bit back here we got to trim. Alright, now the last thing I always do is their beard. And just depending on what some people want their beard cut down real close, some people want a big old beard left, some people, it just depends on what the person wants. A Schnauzer will usually have not a big beard, but a decent sized one, probably about what I'm going to cut on it. She said she wanted it cut down some. Because it gets in its food and stuff like that when it eats. But normally that's no big deal because you can just cut the front part here and get by. And then you always, what I always have been doing is taking these front whiskers that actually go down in front of their mouth, and I cut up at a diagonal toward their nose. That way it'll get that crap out of their mouth and they're not sitting and licking hair right in their mouth all the time. And we have a finished puppy, just like that. So guys, let me know what you think. Kind of just wanted to give you a little peek into the daily grind of the doghouse outdoors, to show you what I do and how I do it. Every dog's gonna be different. Every dog's personality is sure different. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you'd actually want to see more dog cutting videos, because I could do, you know, if you got a certain dog that you want to know how to cut yourself, or want to see cut or anything like that, just let me know. I don't care one bit to do it. But anyway, this has been Bo, and I'm not really for sure what this dog's name is. I'm sucky at names. But guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by, and this has been Bo with the Doghouse Outdoors, and we'll catch you all on the flip flop.